So what's up guys, so as you can see I bought a 95 S14 Zenki 240. So it's not exactly in the best of shape. All that clear coat is fading and everything. This quarter panel is probably the worst part of the body, but everything else is pretty straight. We got some weather stripping that's pretty bad and everything. The reason why I wanted because of the parts that came with it. As you saw, it's got BC Racing coilovers, the MB Battle wheels, which are good fitting. I think they're 17 by like 9.5 because that's a 255 tire. Yeah, it's still pretty stretched and pretty good fitment and everything. I like it. And it's also got a two-way cause diff in it. So all those mods should make it a pretty good seat time car. It's just stock KA, should be good and reliable. So the engine is all stock pretty much. Just got Megan Racing headers and a 3-inch catback. And so in the interior, it's not too bad. You know, there's some broken stuff like those A-pillars. I think the glove box is in the trunk. Kind of some dangling wires right here. Missing that, that's cracked. S14 steering wheel, which horn button doesn't work. And these leather seats are like really torn. My goals are with this car, just pretty much just keep it stock, put on my Voodoo arms that it came with, and try to hit every drift event this year at my local track. Maybe do some autocrosses because I got that two-way diff. I can easily do both events. You know, maybe a track day or two with HPD, that would be really fun. And this video is going to be across like a week or two because I ordered several parts to come in to fix up small stuff and to get it past inspection so I can start dailying it and replace that sooner or later. Just finished washing it, kind of letting it dry now. Didn't really bother drying it off because all the paint's bad, but I spent like half the time on these wheels. They're looking pretty good now. I'm going to go ahead and vacuum this grimy interior with the vacuum cleaner. See how much it'll clean up. Alrighty, with just the vacuum, pretty decent so far. I need floor mats. So I pulled out the glove box, which is a little dirty from the trunk. There's a metal bracket piece, I think. Should pretty much just go something like that. I just need to find bolts for it. So I pulled out the speaker with these quality wood screws. And there's the wires, electrical taped on, quality. So right now I'm going to try to take off the steering wheel and hook up the airbag and the horn button because neither of them works. So on the sides I just pop off this thing, and then there's those security bits, but thankfully they're loose already. So I don't need the bit, just unscrew that by hand. Yeah. Okay, there's a plug right here which I need to pop off some. Wait a second, there's no other side of the connection for this, for the airbag, so just pulled this off, got the connector out. You kind of just, I don't know, pull back a tab and you can wheel it out. Just able to crack that 19mm bolt loose. Quick research, it appears I'm missing like a yellow ring that has all the connections. Alright, so I think that yellow clock spring, that goes for the horn and the airbag. And plug in, and there's like two connections coming out. Plug into that, but the previous owner didn't put it in. And the last piece of the puzzle. Now the previous owner is a complete buffoon because he put that on the inside of the panel even though it's clearly supposed to go on the outside. It's a straight steering wheel now, I guess. Horn button doesn't do anything. Yo, look what I just scored, some old stale chips. So I took out the rear license plate lights bracket because it doesn't work, so I want to get the bulbs out, but these are like super rusty. So 2 of them can come out, but the other 2 are kind of getting stripped. So I'll have to see what I can do about that. Alright, I was able to get 1 of them out so far. Somehow I was able to crack all 4 of those bolts loose, and voila. Pretty sure it's broken. I ordered 2 LEDs off eBay to replace them both. Beautiful. Now I think I want to try and sand off all that rust and like paint it black. So kind of bad thing is that it's kind of raining, but let's see how it does. So it's not the best, but it's going to be a lot better than just leaving it all rusty and rusting even more. Now I'll just shoot a quick coat of black on both sides. Hopefully it'll turn out not bad. Oh yeah. Here it is all painted black with LEDs. These are working now. There's lights. Yes. Wait, only one of them? I guess that works for now. Alright, just finished installing the Glovebox. Just got 2 new bolts up there. And then, bolted the actual Glovebox on. Works pretty good. No idea why it's just in the trunk. So underneath the dash, I kind of just taped that brown box back together and bolted it on because I'm going to put on this panel right now. Here's kind of broken, but oh my god, I really need to bleed the brakes on this. I think there's a small leak or something. And this clutch pedal feels terrible. Like it's so sticky. Look at that. Oh, got it on stands. So I got that clutch damper thing. I gotta try to take it off and just bend it to delete it, and then I can unbolt the rest of it. It's kind of cold and windy, so it's not that fun. It's all dark now, but I have successfully deleted it. Mostly. It's still on there. Alright, just installed a new Exedi clutch slave cylinder somehow in this condition. Taking off this master cylinder, unbolting out where that paddle goes to. Let's see, just pull off this pin, pull on my clip. Old, new. Clutch master cylinder is installed. Looks way shinier than the rest of the parts near it. Alrighty, just loaded the car. Finished bleeding it for the most part. I think it feels a little better. So it's a lot less sticky. It almost doesn't leave my foot when I push it back. I still might need a new clutch, but I'm gonna have to test drive it. But before I can test drive it, I need to replace this rear right caliper because it just completely leaked all the brake fluid from the system when the front was jacked up for some reason. As you can see, that's completely empty. I got the wheel off, but this lug stud is kind of stripped. There you can just see the puddle of brake fluid. So just gotta take this off. Probably undo the parking brake too. Got the old brake caliper off. You can see kind of tore and like lifted away. It started leaking. There's a new one. Finally finished installing it. It was a bit of a hassle. I'm going to go ahead and take out this valve cover, replace the gasket, and do an oil change. It's off. There's a new gasket. I'm about to lay some RTV on those corners and slap her in. Sorry about the wind, but I got it sit pretty nicely. It wasn't too terrible. Had to do a little adjusting to make sure it was inside the recessed area. And now time to like hand tighten the bolts, let the RTV dry. Put everything back together, just gotta tighten those once they dry. I also put like these small things that I had laying around from the 8.6. Changing the oil, so I got all the oil out, drained it. Trying to get this oil filter out, which is a big pain. Got the new oil filter in, time to spill a bunch of oil, trying to get it in. On Sentra, a clock spring, which should work. It seems fairly similar with other connections, but try to install this real quick before it gets dark. I was not exactly able to install this last night because I had to go and cut that off. Because like on S14 steering wheel I have here, you can see the hole is like a lot closer to the center. That's all slightly angled, so I had to do a lot of cutting and material removal, but now it should fit. But now it's a pretty solid fit going down. It kind of rubs against that plastic there, but I'm gonna try and bolt it on. Hopefully it works. Just toss that loosely inside. Bolted it up to the steering column connector. Horn is connected. Airbag is connected. I'm gonna go hook up the battery and test it out. Resetting the airbag light by like opening the door, and you press the door jar button like 7 times and you start the car. Try like at least 10 times already. It's not seeming to work, so it should reset. I'm pretty sure everything else works because it started becoming slow blinking once I did that, so it definitely does something. Alright guys, so I'm driving it right now. Clutch pedal still feels pretty bad. I think I need a new clutch on it. The brakes feel better after bleeding it and stopping the whole leak. These lights are kind of bad, the projectors, but it's pretty fun. The heat doesn't work, like it doesn't heat up. That's why I got a new thermostat, I gotta put that in. So the coolant gauge doesn't really work. I have a new sensor for that and a thermostat. I think it just might be a thermostat.